For the next month, we have a reminder of the need for companies to increase the number of women on boards. A bronze statue called Fearless Girl now stands facing, or we should say facing off, against the Wall Street Bull, intended as a symbol to promote gender diversity at the very top level. It was put there by investment management firm State Street Global Advisors. And I love those little girls stopping to look at it. It has become quite a talking point already in its first 24 hours. The firm's Deputy Chief Investment Officer, Lori Heinel, joins me now. Lori, there is nothing like a fantastic visual to get us all talking, and this certainly seems to be it. What was the message that you wanted to send?
Well, as stewards of over $2.5 trillion in assets, we believe it's our job to make sure that companies are doing the right things to drive shareholder value. And one of those things is diversity. What you find repeatedly is that diverse boards inspire companies to make better decisions and drive better results. And so we thought, what more iconic symbol than to put a young girl as a symbol of women standing there next to or facing off against, depending upon how you look at it, the bull as a symbol of our commitment to that diverse stance.
Absolutely, and I think you hit it right on the head. From everyone I've talked to, they can't wait to bring their daughters there to show them, if they already haven't showed them online. But there is a very serious goal here that you just mentioned. You know, why we hear a lot of companies give lip service to this. I have had many on saying we need diversity, and yet it's not happening fast enough. What can we do to push it, and what is the role of firms like yours?
Yeah, well, we are in a sense permanent capital, and so the way that we can drive change is to make our voices known, to engage with board members, to engage with company management, and talk about those issues that are important to us. Board governance is something that we find critically important. Better boards just make better decisions and drive company change in a more proactive way. And so by engaging with them around the need to have more diverse boards, in this case women, we can actually vote with our conscience and drive the change that's necessary. You might know this, but literally 1 in 4 companies in the Russell 3000 has no woman on their boards, and nearly 60% have fewer than 15% of women. So this is a real issue in terms of having the diversity needed to make good decisions.
What's the reaction from boards that you've spoken to? You're going to put them on notice if they don't already know. What's the reaction from them? What do they say?
Well, we've been involved with board activism in a sense for many years now, and what we find is they actually like having that dialogue. They value the opinions of their shareholders, and we're giving them good advice about actionable things that they can do. So we find, generally speaking, that companies are very interested in the engagement with shareholders like ourselves, and we believe that this topic will be one that they'll be very engaged about as well.
Lori, what about those who say there aren't enough qualified women to serve on boards? There's just not the numbers out there that we need. What do you say to that?
Well, look, people say that there aren't enough qualified women to do a lot of things. If you look at senior management, only about 25% of senior management is female. If you look at boards, only about 20% of boards are female. If you look at CEOs, only about 5%, less than 5% in fact, of CEOs are female. So taking that sort of path would lead you to just be satisfied with those kinds of numbers. So what we're looking for them to do is expand the way that they think about who might be a qualified board member. Look for people who have different backgrounds, different skill sets, who are going to drive that diverse thinking. So we actually think that if they try a little harder, they actually can find appropriate candidates to add.
They absolutely can, and right to call that out for what it is, which is a convenient excuse. Lori, incredibly important work. Thank you so much for stirring the conversation with that fantastic statue and the good work you're doing, pushing boards to better themselves. We appreciate it.
And we appreciate your coverage. Thank you.
Thank you.